and hopefully they can get back in the winning ways today.
You know, there's no doubt that they got a taste of what one of the better teams in the country was able to put together in WashU. There's a reason they're ranked 8th, and you know, when you play with a team like that throughout the duration of the first half, you start to feel like you can play with really good teams.
The University of Chicago comes in really playing well. They won in Pittsburgh on Friday night on a buzzer beater by Muskie Valley. And they're going to try to continue their winning ways here in Cleveland on Sunday against Case Western Reserve. It was a missed shot by Derek Davis. This is Jimmy Holman. He'll bring it down with pressure against him. Muskie Valley on Jimmy Holman. This is Julian Person for Case, and they'll set the offense their first time down the floor. It's Chung with the basketball. Chung had a rough night scoring-wise on Friday night. He did not score until late in the first half, and then took several minutes in the second half, and he gets on the scoreboard right away here to start the game today.
Well, he did a good job there of trying to make something happen after 2 high screens didn't go Case's way, but then pretty quickly Chicago answers.
Muskie Valley with the jumper. Muskie Valley averaging 10 points per night. 2-2 early on here, just about 1 minute gone in this opening game, doubleheader game today here at Horsburgh Gymnasium. The women's game will follow. Chung with a shot blocked. Blocked by Davis. Here come the Maroons the other way. Muskie Valley with the basketball. He'll set the offense for Chicago. A year ago, the Chicago team 5-9 in conference play, as Derek Davis drives, controls his body, and lays one off the glass for his first 2.
Well, Chicago's showing a willingness early in the game to slash and get to the basket, looking at close shots, which is probably better for Case that way. I think on the offensive side, Case is really going to want to look to Thompson inside. He's got a sizable advantage.
There he is with the rebound. David Thompson goes back up, looking for the foul, didn't get it. Muskie Valley with the loose ball. Muskie Valley with a nice feed on the fast break. They missed the layup, and here comes Julian Person and Case the other way. It's a 1-on-3 break, and Julian will pull it back out. Feed inside to McLaughlin. The left-hander with a turnaround. And down with the rebound is Sam Gage. In the backcourt, a travel on Muskie Valley. Bryce Muskie Valley, one of the top players for the University of Chicago. He's hit 17 threes. He leads the team with 18 steals. That's him, number 5 there in your shot.
One of the things Chicago does really poorly that I think Case should try to take advantage of in the right situation is don't be afraid to foul them if they're going hard through the lane. Chicago has been truly terrible at the free throw line as a team, 64%. And they don't have anybody shooting over 73% individually. So, you know, sometimes there's that one guy you don't want to foul. I don't know if that's necessarily the case with this squad.
Well, you look at their starters. Brooks is a 55% free throw shooter. Smith's a 61. Hughes is 69, so 3 of their 5 starters are below 70%. This is Case on offense. It's Chung with a nice give and go to McLaughlin. The left-hander off the lane, missed it. Thompson's follow won't go, and down with the rebound is Nate Brooks. Here comes Chicago.
You know, Thompson came down a little awkwardly on that left leg. He seems like he's okay, though.
Muskie Valley with a quick release.
That's 2 now from him, right around that same spot, starting to get a little bit of a rhythm.
There's Mike McGrath in his 15th year as the head basketball coach at the University of Chicago. His Maroons up 4 early. It's 6-2. Muskie Valley with a near steal. That's Holman. He'll step up from 12. It's short. And David Thompson keeps it alive for Case. Julian Person with a turnaround shot. Case very cold as it is outside right now to start this basketball game. With a strip, Holman in the backcourt, and he was fouled by, I believe, Muskie Valley. We'll see. Yep, fouls on Muskie Valley. That's his first. Nice defense that time by number 14, Jimmy Holman from Ann Arbor, Michigan. Pioneer High School, a sophomore, saw a lot of time last year as a freshman. Really developing into a nice player for Coach Sean McDonald in this Case basketball team.
And that's one of the things that I think is a strength for Case this season, especially this 5. A lot of cohesion, a lot of minutes together for them, and they'll use that to their advantage in tough spots.
This is McLaughlin, works it to Holman. Now a little weave going out front. Nice feed into Thompson, trying to work that size advantage. David with a soft hook, misses it wide, and Chicago comes the other way.
Yeah, Case missing far too many shots from point-blank range early in the game. At least it's early, but that's got to get cleared up.
Tim Chung with defense inside. And Dane McLaughlin down with a rebound for Case. Comes Holman the other way. Jimmy Holman, a business management major. Shots deflected inside. This is Muskie Valley the other way for Chicago.
Great help defense from Derek Davis there on the high screen and roll, coming over and getting his hand in the passing lane.
Julian Person with some help defense that time on the Case side as Muskie Valley drove by Holman. But Person with 6'7" height and then those long arms as a guard, he really provides a different element. Substitutions in the game for Chicago, 5 for 5. That's one thing about this Mike McGrath coach team, and it's historical with the way he coaches. He plays a lot of players. If you look at the minutes breakdown, he basically has 10 guys that are all around 300, over 300 minutes for the season, which averages out to about, anywhere between 18 and 25 minutes a game.
Well, and that's something that certainly, A, you use in recruiting. You say, hey, you got a chance to come in here right away as a freshman and make an impact. But B, he's basically asking his guys to go out there for 4 or 5 minutes at a time, give it 110%, and then come back over, catch your breath, and let the second group go through.
Julian Person with a beautiful crossover dribble, laid it up and in for his first 2 baskets. You look at the minutes played, and on the floor with the ball right now was Wayne Simon. Simon was 21. Alex Voss is now in there. That's Voss with the basketball now. A nice give and go. Shot was partially blocked by Person. Missing the shot on the give and go that time was Alex Gustafson. This is Person to McLaughlin. Step up, missed it short. It's only 6-4. I don't know what the shooting percentage is because we don't have the automatic stats. What is it?
Case has hit 2 of 12 so far, 17%.
And you know, Brendan, if you're only down 2 after starting the game, 2 of 12, you got to like where you're at.
No doubt. Well, the rebounding battle's been even. You're right. At the end of the day, they found a way to keep it close.
Holman got the basketball stolen from him, laying it up and in is Wayne Simon.
Unfortunately for Case, 3 offensive rebounds, and none of those have resulted in points. At some point, you got to get some second chance opportunities and capitalize on them.
Simon on Holman. I believe that ball was tipped. Thompson saved it from going out of bounds. This is Chung off a high screen for 3. Missed it. Thompson kept it alive, but Simon comes up for Chicago. Here come the Maroons. Stepped inside the 3-point line. Shots missed. David Thompson tips and controls. Thompson averaging a double-double this year for the Spartans. 16 points, 10 rebounds per night.
Not too many guys across the country that can hold that, but he's done it 8 times so far coming into today's game, and he's played particularly well over the last month or so.
Chung needs to get hot, and he does. Tim Chung along that baseline with an 8-footer. Timeout for Case. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll take a quick break. Spartans down 2, 6.5 gone.
This year, Qdoba will cater like 10,000 parties.
Where? When? I'm there.
Well, these parties are hypothetical. I was just talking about Qdoba catering. Hot taco bars with fire-grilled chicken and marinated steak, flour tortillas and taco shells. You'll also get their hand-smashed guacamole, cheese, sour cream, lettuce, and salsa. They'll deliver to your home or office, and they'll even set it up.
Can I bring a guest?
Oh, boy. Visit Qdoba.com today for more information about Qdoba catering. Qdoba Mexican Grill. More to explore.
Case going to come out of this timeout looking to start making some shots. It's as simple as that. And only down 2, they've got to be very thankful for where they're at.
Well, at the end of the day, it's hard to hate what you've had so far on the floor. You've gotten good looks. You've gotten open opportunities. A couple of offensive possessions, you've been able to work it. Sometimes you've been able to press it in transition. They're starting to feel the Chicago team out. You're right, they're only down 2, but at some point they got to get some of them to go down.
Javi Alvarez checking into the game for Case, and with a foul, the 5'11" freshman guard out of Coral Gables. Alvarez got some great time on Friday night and did a very good job against that Washington University team. He along with Spencer Boyd came into the game early in the first half, even earlier than Alvarez is in tonight, and just really played well for Coach Sean McDonald. That's Thompson with the rebound for Case.
So far 0 for 2 from distance for Chicago, who shoots a 3-ball very well at 37%. But what's maybe more alarming is Case gives up 41% from beyond the arc. That's something we'll watch.
Thompson faced a double team. They doubled down on him underneath, and it was Sam Gage along with Nate Brooks. David Thompson still trying to find his first basket. This is Muskie Valley with Alvarez on him. Gets a high screen, left-handed dribble. He'll pull up. He's going to miss that one right. Ball's kept alive, and with it is Nate Brooks.
Well, there's no doubt that Muskie Valley is really the basis of Chicago's offense. Everything else is running off of him, and if he can get an open look, there's a reason why he's had an easy time especially last couple weeks scoring the basketball.
Alvarez with it. 15 seconds to shoot for Case. Down 4, about midway through this opening half. Tips in Case's favor. This is Chung with a ball fake, looking for a teammate. McLaughlin with a nice cut to the basket. Just left it short. That has been the story for Case in this opening half. Boy, that's a layup Dane wants back right there. This is Muskie Valley. Going to go right side. Three's in the air. Jordan Smith with the miss. Tip won't go. Still inside. It's Brooks with Thompson with a block. And Alvarez will control. Boy, if David hasn't been able to get on track offensively, he's certainly done a great job defensively with his rebounds and his block shots. McLaughlin.
Well, Sean McDonald clearly sees something that he wants to capitalize in here, calling a second timeout fairly early in this ball game, and it certainly helps when you knock the shot down, but he must have liked the look or wants to capitalize on something else.
We'll come back in 30 seconds. Spartans down 2.
Cleveland Marriott Downtown at Key Center offers the versatility and reliability to meet your unique travel and meeting needs. From smart spaces to practical amenities to world-class service, our flagship hotel will deliver the quality experience you expect, backed by the Marriott name you trust. At Cleveland Marriott, we have one goal: to serve you better. Book your special Case Western Reserve rate by visiting us at clevelandmarriottdowntown.com and entering promotional code C0N.
Back at Horsburgh Gymnasium, 10-8 score, Case trailing by 2 about midway through the first half. And one of the things that I think Case has done a good job on is spreading out the Chicago offense, but they haven't allowed Chicago to get exactly the kind of spacing they want down the floor. And Ron, I think the biggest thing for Chicago, they've got to start getting some second chance opportunities as well. They've had 4 offensive rebounds and only got 2 points out of it.
David Thompson, part of the reason that Chicago hasn't had much second chance opportunities. Connor Adell now in the game for Case, giving Thompson a blow, and that's McLaughlin with the rebound for the Spartans. Spencer Boyd has also checked in for Case. Boyd out of Walsh Jesuit High School. He's a sophomore. That's him with the basketball now, a defensive specialist for this Case team. Anything they get out of him offensively is a bonus. Ball knocked out of bounds by Derek Davis off his shin.
Chicago's been pretty active on the defensive side of the floor, and I like that. When Thompson was in the ballgame, they did a good job trying to face him up in the paint. I think Case needs to exploit that a little bit better.
Boyd gets his shot blocked.
Yeah, that's the second time now on a three-point shot a guard has gotten up and blocked a shot, so either not a good look or you got to get rid of it quicker.
Alvarez will inbound it. Case will have 10 seconds to shoot. McLaughlin. Back to Javi. 7 seconds to shoot. Alvarez with the drive. Missed the wild layup. And here comes Chicago. Sam Gage gets it down to Muskie Valley. Quickly down the floor. And I believe they stepped out of bounds. They did. Driving baseline was Jordan Smith. Got the left foot on the baseline, and Case will get the basketball back.
You wonder if maybe that's been a little bothersome too. Chicago looks like the team that wants to get out and run, and Case is playing at a slower tempo, especially when they have the basketball. So you wonder if maybe Chicago is a little bit out of their element.
Chicago on the season averaging 78 points per game, so nearly 80. That's a good percentage. This is McLaughlin with a nice feed into Adell. Connor with a turnaround shot, missed it. Got his own rebound. Ball's loose on the floor. McLaughlin's down with it. We've got a tie-up, and the possession arrow will go Case's way. Alvarez will inbound it. This is Person with the basketball top of the key. Gets a high screen from Adele. Connor rolls out of it. They get the ball into him, lays it up, and he missed it. Tip won't go. Well, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but they have missed, Brendan, at least 4. I don't think I'm exaggerating. 4 inside shots like that.
Maybe more. It's great ball rotation after the high screen. They got exactly the look they wanted. They just didn't finish it.
Foul away from the ball. Fighting through a screen for Chicago was Jordan Smith, and Jordan blew up Julian Person. Foul's going to go on Smith. Tim Chung, David Thompson will check back in for Case. Person will get a break. Connor Adele will also get a break. Connor's going to come. He's probably going to put his hand in his head, or his head in his hands, and say, "Well, how did I miss those shots?" He's done a great job this year. Connor, there's Sean McDonald, only the 3rd head coach in the history of this program. Of course, Bill Sudik was the longtime legendary coach here. Everybody loved Bill Sudik, and Sean is only the 3rd head coach in this program. Doing a great job. Here's Chung with a feed inside to Connor Adele. He did not leave the game, and he gets the reverse lay-in and the foul. Connor must have been walking to the bench to get a nice cold water or something.
Beautiful low post move. Fakes to his left with the drop step, clears his hips, gets under the basket and lays it in. Nicely done. Let's get one more.
This is a nice rotation here for Case, I think, when they've got Adele and Thompson in the game at the same time.
Well, it's certainly when you look underneath. I mean, those are 2 of the biggest, if not the 2 biggest guys on Case's roster, with the basically 4 guards and forward set that Chicago's got out there. That has to be Case's best look down the floor every time.
Muskie Valley inside with a good ball fake on Javi Alvarez that time, and he got the layup. That was all about the ball fake. Muskie Valley's got 6 of Chicago's 12 points. And he just stole the ball from Javi Alvarez. In the backcourt, Javi's trying to get it back. Muskie Valley controls for the Maroons. 11.5 minutes gone, opening half. Spartans down a point. Case trying to break a 3-game losing streak. Chicago trying to continue a 3-game win streak. Long rebound, loose ball out to Nate Brooks. Swing it left baseline. Shots in the air by Sam Gage. He missed it, and here's Spencer Boyd with the rebound. Boyd, a sophomore. Alvarez, the freshman, with the basketball. Thompson and Adele also in the game. Thompson's a senior, Adele's a junior, and then Tim Chung, a senior for Case. They definitely have a veteran team this year. Even if it's a sophomore like Jimmy Holman, he's a veteran because he played a lot as a freshman.
Played a lot, exactly, and that's what I was touching on earlier with the cohesion of that starting 5. They get out there, and it's not one of those starting 5s where you're trying to feel your way along throughout the course of the season. You know, things that take time to develop for that group, they've already developed, and you've got that basketball instinct. Those are the things when you're in tight spots, you can't put a price tag on that.
Chung in a tight spot, gets it off to Thompson on the baseline. David kicks it back out to Tim. Case has got 8 seconds to shoot. High screen from David Thompson, there's the roll. 4 seconds to shoot. Thompson's gonna bang it inside. Soft hook, up and in. David Thompson with his first basket of the afternoon.
At the end of the day, that's his bread and butter. Get in the post and just flip it in.
Ball's thrown into the backcourt, and Chicago will turn it over.
That's the 6th turnover of the game so far for the Maroons. They average 12 a night, so a little bit ahead of that pace, if you will, at this point. And that's probably their biggest downfall so far. If they haven't turned the ball over so many times, even though Case hasn't capitalized off it, they could still have built a much more comfortable lead. In fact, they find themselves down by 1.
Case right now looking to get it inside to either Adele or Thompson, and Connor takes it from the foul line, dribbles it in and lays it up.
At some point, Ron, you almost have to feel like it's just bound to happen eventually when they get looks like that so close to the basket. But then there again, Chicago comes quickly back up the floor and just slashes to the hoop, finds that open lane.
Wayne Simon with the basket. He's got 4. This is Person with a screen from Connor Adele. Connor's at 6'9", Thompson's at 6'7". This is Chung with the basketball. Try to get it back to Julian Person, threw it out of bounds. Turnover, Spartans, Maroons have it. Case has got the lead, it's 15-14. Spartans opened the game 2 of 12 shooting, but defensively kept themselves in it. And they take the lead, they have the lead, with 6.5 minutes left in the opening half. Three from the top of the key, off the front of the rim, backboard, and David Thompson comes down with a rebound.
Another one and done for Chicago. Over the last, I don't know, Ron, probably 7 minutes, their offense has been kind of stagnant when they haven't been in transition.
This is Thompson. Inside to Boyd. Spencer Boyd working off the glass, and it's good. Spencer Boyd.
Great cut through the middle of the paint by Boyd. He got the defender on his strong side shoulder and just floated it up.
And one of the things about Spencer, Brendan, that I've really noticed, especially the last 2 games, is he can get up in the air. He's only 6'1", but he can really get up. He got 2 rebounds on Friday night he had no business getting because he just has instant burst. This is Boyd with the basketball.
And Boyd's an excellent athlete, and I think as he continues to grow and mature, he's going to become a really special player for this team.
Thompson with the tip, wouldn't go. Here come the Maroons the other way. It's Simon all the way into the basket. Tim Chung did a nice job on defense stopping that break.
Exactly, and you know when he's coming up the floor, that's exactly what Simon's looking to do, is get to the rim.
Inside, David Thompson with some defense. Soft hook, it was an air ball, and Connor Riddell comes down with a rebound. Quickly down the floor to Chung. Chung thinking about shooting the 3, does, and makes it. Timmy Chung's got 7, and Case with their biggest lead of the half at 6 at 20-14. Brendan, you're right about Chicago. They like to work quickly. They get quickly down the floor. Case has got to get back, and they did that time. Nice backdoor cut, feed inside. Laid it up, missed it, but was fouled. Fouls against Case, it's David Thompson, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. It's only the 2nd foul against Case in the first 15-plus minutes of this game, and I think Chicago has probably settled for too many jump shots in this one. They've gotten some good looks under the basket that they haven't hit either, but too many times, and yeah, early in the game, especially Muskie Valley, he hit a couple, but I think maybe they're settling a little too much, and I understand the desire to play at that quick tempo, and when you get in transition, if you can do it, great, but that was a good offensive possession they have, and if I'm Chicago, I'm trying to build off of that.
Alex Gustafson at the foul line. He's only a 25% free throw shooter, has not really played much this year. He's played only 52 minutes in the 15 games that they've played, but he's logged some extensive minutes so far in the first half of this game.
This is a possession for Case where they've got to get a good look. Coming down the stretch of the first half, don't force anything. They hit a 3 the last time out because it was there.
Chung with a fadeaway. Chicago keeps it alive with a tip, and the Maroons will have the basketball.
It's not a bad possession.
Jordan Smith with it, Julian Person on him in front of the Case bench. Timmy Chung with good defense. Julian Person comes up with the loose ball, dunks it! Julian Person went right up and over and dunked it.
Good active defense on one end of the floor, took it coast to coast. How about that exclamation point, huh?
He can get up in the air, and when he gets a full head of steam, he does it a lot from the left baseline. He'll have the ball left corner, he'll drive left baseline and just soar. Case is up 7, largest lead of the half. Brooks from 18 feet. Nate Brooks. Brooks is a good shooter. 54% from the field for a 6'5" forward. That's Connor Riddell. In and out. And a foul underneath. Foul's going to go against Chicago. It's a push. It'll be on Muskie Valley.
Good minutes there from Connor Riddell. He made his presence known in that low post on both sides of the floor. Again, this is an opportunity for Case here down the home stretch of the first half that did not start well at all for them. They got a chance to really make a difference here late.
This is Person with some defensive pressure. Boyd thought about inside to Thompson, now he'll dribble it back out. Gets a screen from David. Person off a screen. 3, and it's good.
Beautiful backside rotation. That's exactly how you draw it up. Person followed the dribbler, found the open spot, and hit the shot in rhythm. And he has almost single-handedly been the catalyst for this Case run.
He's got 7. Nate Brooks with the ball working against David Thompson. Pushed him in, but missed the shot. And David comes down with a rebound. Brendan, any idea how many rebounds David Thompson has in this opening half?
I can tell you.
Chung with the ball above his head. This is Julian Person. Case is up 8. It's 25-17. We're approaching the 2-minute mark. Left to play. Nate Brooks with some good defense. Actually, it's Derek Davis. Davis down the floor, and he'll two-hand dunk it.
Thompson with 7 boards early on, but again, that's Chicago's game. They create turnovers near the midcourt line with good half-court pressure and try to get right back at it.
And it happens again. Quickly on the break, Spencer Boyd, David Thompson against Brooks. Laid it up, missed it. It hung. And Dane McLaughlin came down with it, but it's a jump ball. Chicago will get it back.
This is a very athletic Maroons team. I've been impressed with their physicality as well as with their quickness.
Boy, you take your eye off them for just a split second, and they are down the floor.
They sure are.
Resetting the shot clock, they'll put 34 seconds on it. Chicago with the basketball, Case with the 6-point lead. We're at the 2-minute mark. Javi Alvarez will check in, Spencer Boyd will come out.
Mentioned they fixed the shot clock. This is a good officiating crew. 3 guys that do a lot of ball games at this level. Don Reese, Izzy Santiago Jr., and Chris Behringer.
Santiago, I know, does Big Ten games this year.
Is he?
Yep.
How about that? Good for him.
Timmy Chung's going to get called for a foul.
He's been doing D3 games for a long time, certainly in the Cleveland area. He does some of the NCAC games, being down at Worcester a little bit.
That is Chung's first. At the line shooting for Chicago is Jordan Smith. Smith with his first point of the afternoon. Some of the Case faithful here on a very cold and windy Sunday noontime game. So if you get to the gym today, you have really worked to get here. Alvarez and Chung with the basketball for Case. That 8-point lead has dwindled to 4. A couple of good defensive stops for Chicago. Specifically steals off the dribble. This is Person. Kicks it to Alvarez. They'll swing it to Chung. Timmy with a ball fake. Connor almost traveled with the basketball. 10 seconds to shoot. Chung gets a screen, but Chicago does a nice job of switching off those screens. That's Adele. He's short for a 3. And Julian Person's going to get called for a hold in the backcourt.
I don't know if Chicago could have possibly had a better defensive possession there. Their rotation was impeccable. Getting around the arc, getting through high screens, getting through low screens, defending well with their feet. That was a really good defensive possession. That's how you make things happen. When you're down by 8 points, it's defensive stands like that that can get you back in a game.
So the Maroons look to draw within 2. That shot will do it. It's missed, and Alvarez comes down with a rebound. Inside a minute to play. Well, they lost Dane McLaughlin, and he could make them pay. They did. They lost him on that defensive switch that time.
Well, Case did a good job of disguising it up top as well. McLaughlin is the kind of player that even though he's got good size, he can knock down shots from the outside. You got to be careful with him.
33 seconds to play. Spartans up 7. This is Chung on defense. Davis trying to work Tim Chung. Coming in, Julian Person at 6'7", blocks that shot. Quickly down the floor, Alvarez laid it up and in.
Case with a little transition basketball themselves. Easy bucket down late, 10 seconds left.
Chicago will work for one final shot. 4 seconds to shoot. Alvarez with defense, 3 in the air, missed it. Adele comes down with a rebound. How about that for a first half?